the biggest reason I wanted to do this with you first is because you're the inspiration for this whole process, bro. Like you've done this for several years, not just at Christmas. You've also done this for back to school. You've also just helped people to help people. So, I mean, every time I've contributed, I've tried to contribute more and spread the word and spread awareness. And last time I told you we got to take it to the next level together.
For sure. And first off, I want to say thank you, man. I appreciate that. It means a lot, man, because I consider you, you know, like a big bro, you know what I'm saying? And you always try to, you know, do things for the community as well. Like a lot of people like myself, a lot of local artists and just people in general giving back. And, you know what I'm saying? I think it's dope that you and me could get together and turn this into something huge. You know what I'm saying? Like really reach the masses and really actually help for real. I try as much as I can to give back to the immediate community because I know what it's like to not have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's dope that we can do this on the scale that we're doing it and that you're using your platform for like, you know, like you said earlier, like it's just amazing the people that we can reach beyond, you know, social media. You know what I mean?
Right. The power of radio itself. Like we just received our first donation outside of our core group of people that we put this together with. And that donation was extremely amazing.
Hell yeah.
It was the person wanted to be anonymous and I ended up talking him into letting me credit his mentor. But at the end of the day, he has no social media. He has no Facebook. He has no Instagram. Intentionally, he disabled all of it, months ago. And he heard the interview on the radio Thursday morning. And by Sunday, had toys that he needed to get to us. So I woke up to an email at 7 a.m. Hey, how can we get these to you? And by middle afternoon, I had a truckload of toys.
That's so dope, man. Like that's just so dope, man. Like, and that humbles me, you know, because like honestly, I do these things and then I get recognition for it and stuff like that. In which they always say, I don't expect recognition for it, but I still get that. And dude was humble enough to come through and say, I don't need no recognition. I don't need nobody to see that it's me and to make that big of a donation. That's real, man. That's
super real. It's over 100 toys. And with the way that we've put this together, that's at least 25 children that are going to receive gifts in addition to what our core group was able to put together. So, I mean, it's truly amazing.
That's a huge blessing, man. I mean, like, I remember like my mom did everything she could to take care of us. And I remember having a couple rough Christmases. We never went without anything, but, just to imagine like what that could be for a kid or kids or a family in general that wasn't really expecting to have a nice Christmas this year, for us to be able to turn that around completely. You know what I'm saying? That's huge, bro. Like that's a huge thing to me, man. That's another thing I wanted to say, bro. It's cool. Look at the positivity that we instilling into our kids and shit, right? Too. You know what I'm saying? Like they watching you do this shit. You know what I'm saying? My kids are watching me do this shit. So when they grow up,
your kids have been watching you do this for years, bro. And that's what I'm really proud about. Like people don't just understand. Like, you're not just a really sick rapper. You're not just a guy that runs a studio. You're not just a hustler out here. Like, you're a dad. You're a stand-up community member too, man. And you're instilling these thoughts and these processes into your children and others too, man. When we did that back to school thing, well, when you did the back to school thing and I came and I hung out.
Yeah, we all did it. You definitely contributed to that too. So much love to you and shout out to you because you were one of the only people that slid through and said, hey, bro, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? Really make a big donation,
But it's about making sure that we come together as a community. Like if you heard the interview I did with Krista, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes all of us to really make this happen. And we all have to come together. And some of us had a better year than others. And this is a really, really divisive year. So the emails that we're getting, some of them are really heartbreaking. Some of them I'm reading them and I'm holding back tears myself. I'm like, wow, like this is amazing that we're going to be able to help you. And I haven't been able to reach out to these people just yet, but it's amazing, man. And, like we're going to keep the magic of Santa alive for some of these kids, yeah, for another year, maybe mom and dad couldn't make something happen this year, but you know, the kids that are old enough to still believe and be a part of that process, like this is who the 2020 gifts of Christmas is really for. This is who we're really trying to connect with.
Definitely. And I'm glad that you said that, so we can really like make it clear. Like one thing specific for me is like, I remember being that age, right? And being kind of poor, you know, we didn't really have a lot of stuff. And like Christmas was so crazy to me because I remember I was like, Santa Claus gotta be real, because ain't no way my mom put all these gifts under this tree. You know what I'm saying? Because we lived a tough, you know, like coming up, you know, you didn't have a lot. So that feeling to be able, like you said, to be able to keep Santa Claus alive, dude, that's going to be a huge thing. So like for these kids from ages like 3 to about, you know what, 9 or 10, when you kind of stop believing Santa Claus, you know, like they really going to be able to, that's like, it's going to bring a certain amount of joy and positivity to them that could really, that's major, man. Something they're going to think about years and years and years down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that was
absolutely. And if we keep it real, like if we're just going to 100% boil down to it, when you go to the store, when you look at the gifts, when I look at the gifts that are received, they all have age ranges on them. They all say ages 3 to 6, ages 6 to 8, 4 to 6, 6 to 9, something like that. And they really start topping out at that 8 to 10-year-old mark. You know, after that, it's phones, it's tablets, BMX bikes, it's cars.
$150 gifts. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy.
And as much as I would love to be able to be in that position, like, you know, like our cause hasn't reached that level yet, but maybe we're gonna have something cool for the teenagers that we'll be able to slide through. That's a non-monetary gift. Maybe we'll have a cool custom thing, you know, just for them. Maybe a famous meet and greet or something, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, we'll put our resources together and make sure that the people who really need it, who submitted and took time, you know, to submit and reach out to us, we'll make sure that they get taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. There's no shame in submitting for this. There's no shame in asking for help. Like, we're here offering this to you. When I came to you, I was like, hey, bro, like I'm putting my own stuff up here and put my own money up. I'm asking you if you want to collab on this, and you know, you were 110%. Luke was 110%. Smokes loves the kids. Madison Auto Recycling, you know, huge step up. I mean, between us 4 or 5 guys right here, we're gonna do a lot. And with this anonymous donation that just came in, 100 more gifts, like,
yeah, that's so dope.
More kids, man, 20 more.
Yeah, dude, that's so dope, man. And like, yeah, shout out to them guys who went out of their way to show, you know, like the realness behind what they do. You know, everybody talks about, oh, I'm from here, I'm from the block, or I'm from the hood, or I know what it's like, I'm from the mud. But if you really do, okay, and you are blessed enough to be in a position where you can have the chains and the nice cars and all that stuff, I don't know. My thing is, hey, what's a few $100s to make a couple kids smile, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could really change somebody's whole year around, man.
We are changing some entire years around. I mean, these stories I'm reading, people have been displaced since March, brought back to work in the summer, laid off again.
Yeah,
crazy. Some of them laid off in March and then come down with COVID and not able to go back to work. I mean, there's some really touching and heartwarming stuff that we can do here, and there's some really sad situations that we're gonna bring, and we're gonna inject some happiness into these people's lives.
Man, it is dope, bro, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to do that for somebody, you know what I mean? And like you said, there's no shame in asking for some help. And like, if you need, we all been there. We all been in a position. Nobody's going to hold it against nobody. We're not going to be, you know, blasting nobody's information out there or nothing. I just want people to know that, because I know, you know, pride is a thing, you know what I'm saying? Especially for us, men, you know what I'm saying, to be able to provide, you know, for our family is huge, you know what I'm saying? But I want my guys, people who are kind of in my position or in my role or whatever, to think about it like this: accepting these gifts from us in some way or form or fashion, that's you doing what you had to do, humbling yourself enough to make sure that your kids didn't have to go without. No matter how you got it, right? You know what I'm saying? And you did what you had to do to do that for your kids. So don't feel embarrassed or anything like that, because I've been there before too. I done had to ask people for things. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, but I had to. So I don't want anybody to feel like, oh man, I'm not gonna reach out. Because don't let your kids go without, man. Because we got you. You know what I'm saying? We'll take care of it.
Absolutely, and we planned this where people are gonna have these gifts before Christmas. All right, like the cutoff date is December 15th, and we're gonna notify everybody that we can accommodate by December 17th, but we are going to personally deliver these gifts by the 21st, maybe 22nd, because it's growing, but it may take 24 hours to do it. But we are going to have these gifts in y'all's homes before Christmas.
For sure.
You can wrap it and you can put it under the tree and you can take the credit. You can give Santa the credit.
Right.
It doesn't matter where the credit goes. What matters is that when your kids wake up on Christmas, they got a smile on their face. They got
right, man.
Under the tree.
Yeah.
And y'all are gonna have a good day, man. Like that's
bro.
what it's about.
And that's a beautiful thing, bro. It's humbling, you know, for me personally, man. I love it, bro. And like that's so dope, man, to be able to do that. Like I said, like I love it, man. And you know, they'll have the presents before Christmas. Say they from Santa, keep his spirit alive. You know what I'm saying? Keep that fun in the Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about Christmas. What's up, little guy? It ain't just about Christmas. You know, it's about family and holidays. What's up, pimp?
He's back running around. It really is. And at the end of the day, you don't have to thank us. You know, when your children are opening these gifts and they have a smile on their face, and y'all are having a beautiful family moment on Christmas morning. You're not thinking about 2020. You know that your community came together and has your back.
Definitely, man. And that's dope, man. That's dope to be able to be a part of that, man. That's a real boss move, man. You know, that's a real just, you know, like, I don't know, man. I just want to make sure that people understand like how important it is. We're not just doing it just because we want to be these people and be known for this. It's like, it's important. I'm kind of trying to set a trend. You know what I'm saying? Like all the homies should come together and do this. What if it was 20 of us that did this next year? You know, think about how many homes we can reach. You know what I'm saying?
And now that we have this bigger platform, now that we've been able to come to 93.1 Jams, to Midwest Family and say, hey, this is what we're doing. And what I asked for from them when I brought this to them was really minimal. I really didn't ask them for much other than to let us do this.
Right.
And they offered everything. They offered more than I could ask for when I said I wanted to do this. You know, they said if we wanted to wrap each individual gift and make sure that every gift goes out wrapped, that they'll have the marketing department do that, and they have people that will take care of it. And I thought about that, but as it's growing, as I've gotten some feedback too, you know, like some religious beliefs, some people may not want to do that, and just for, you know, safety and COVID, like we're gonna just deliver bundles of gifts, and we do have some tubes of wrapping paper that we can donate along as well for some families.
Sure. I think that's the best way too, just so that, like you were saying, like if, you know, they might want to give Santa the credit, or they might want to, you know, say it was from them and they want to wrap it themselves, or maybe that's not, with their religious belief. But yeah, shout out to 93.1 for that love, man, because that platform really created something so that we can reach a plethora of people who might not, like you said, might not be on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, Twitter or whatever, you know.
The power of radio and the power of community. And the best part about that relationship is they said yes to this, and they were all about, you know, and it wasn't just like, y'all want to do this year, like this is an annual, like this is your annual thing. Like I'm like, okay, all right, I'm feeling that. But they're down with back to school. So when it comes to September, October, you know, like this time we don't have to do a drive up to the studio and get it. Maybe we can deliver some supplies in the station van again. Maybe we could do something really creative, but this time we're going to have a power of 100,000 people to come to the table and make Back to School Bash happen, just like we're doing with the 2020 Gifts of Christmas.
Yeah, man, that's amazing, bro. That's a beautiful thing, man. I'm glad that, like, you know, that you a real dude, and you've been looking out for people, but you use that platform and reached out to them, and they're using their resources, and we all kind of getting the community involved. You know, I love to do anything I can to kind of give back. It's just always kind of been my MO. Like, you know, I got to take care of my family, but anybody who been through it knows, like, it comes and it can go. It can, just as easy as you got it, it can be taken from you.
Taken away.
So it's like, I would hope that if I was down and you were down, that somebody would help us out if we were in reverse situations. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. Put that good juju into the world, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So I want to, before we like sign off here, we've talked a lot about the good that we can do. I want to also get a little highlight about you and what you do, AFGM Media, formerly AFGM Studios, and what you do that's enabling you to do this amazing thing that you've been doing for years now, and that we're collaborating on. Like, what enables you to be this community leader?
Yeah, well, man, I've been doing music for years. You know, recording, writing for other artists, production. The last few years have had my own recording studio, and I've been blessed enough to help other artists, put them in positions and help them with their music. And honestly, just with using my platforms and my resources, I saw so much and so many people who needed my help. I was able to help them out, and reverse, they helped me out, and I saw the power of, you know, networking and whatnot, and I was blessed enough to be in a good position that my business did well. Now we got AFGM Media Group, so we have we'll have 2 studios on the east side. In one, we'll have a video recording area for people to do their music videos, photography, and then we'll have a live sound area as well. And we'll have all that in one building over on Cottage Grove Road. We're in construction right now, so I'll give more details once we're up and running. But yeah, I'm going to be giving jobs to young people who are trying to learn music. I'm going to give them the opportunity to come in there and figure out how to, you know, mix and master and use the Pro Tools and record themselves and be independent in the industry, because that's something that you know well. It's very important, you know, to know your rights and know the rules and be able to do a lot of things yourself. You know what I mean?
Especially this day and age, the music industry has molded and transformed to a lot of self-sustaining projects. I mean, you hear these songs on the radio with 2, 3, 4 artists on the song. And I mean, I talked to them. I got to interview them about their songs. They never meet each other until they're shooting the videos. Like, everybody's just shooting the sessions across virtually and making this happen. So if you don't know how to record it, you know, and you don't have to have $1 million home studio.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you just have to know, you know, you got to have to operate Pro Tools. You got to have a good computer, a solid.
You need to know your way around it, and then you can send it to a guy like me who can mix it and master it and make it sound like butter. You know what I mean? And like, it's like I tell my guys, you know, my spot is beautiful because there's vibes. You come there, you feel like, oh man, I'm already famous. It's got all the vibes in there. It's the top of the just state of the art material. The lighting's right. We treat you well. You know what I mean? But you don't have to have that to do pre-production at home. You can go home, record in your basement, and then come and spend a little bit of money and get yourself
You can work out all those kinks at home and come in with your track ready to go, and then just lay it down. And that's the most economical way to go, because you're not just blowing through 4 hours on a song. You can come in and like you blow in those 4 hours at home on 3 or 4 songs, and then you can just come in and really, you know, really lay down your final version on that floor. But what I really commend and appreciate is you're an artist yourself, and you know the trials and the tribulations, and you know the expectations, you know the quality standards that people are going to be expecting. So when people come to AFGM Media and when they come to you, you know, you created this vibe because you know what it takes to get in that zone to be able to put out this product.
Definitely.
You know, so you're not shortchanging somebody.
For sure. And then I do use that as something that kind of separates me from everybody else. Is I am an artist, and I was so picky. Producers didn't always like to work with me because I know exactly what I wanted. I knew how to make it sound that way. I was very particular. While you were mixing my song, I'm right here in your ear. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, do this, do this, do this. That's why I had to go get my own studio, because I know they were getting sick of me. Shout out Scatterbrains and all of those guys. You know?
Much love to Scatterbrains.
Yeah, for sure. But like, you know, I will work with you, and I will give you my best quality work, because I've been there. I know how you want to get recorded. Like, I know that you want to have your creative freedom. I know that you want to have this in perfect condition to send to that record label. Like, I know where you're at. I know where your head's at, and I'm trying to get you there. And I want to show you how to get paid for it. I think it's super important that artists understand, you know, how to get paid for their music. That way, it's going to make you feel even better to come back and record at AFGM Media, because you're just making your money right back. You know what I mean?
And I love that, bro, because I do the same thing with the radio. You notice, like, I won't let you put your music on if you can't get compensated for it. Sure. If you can't get the credit, I'm like, bro, like, this is it, but we got to hold up. You know what I mean? Like, and every artist that comes to me, they get mad. They get really mad, bro. And encoding music is sending an email. It's less than 5 minutes. It's free. And that's all it takes for you to become a charted artist and get what you deserve.
Facts. And it's that could be your changing factor, you know? So you got to cross all those T's and dot all those I's. And it's cool. Like, I've always liked that about you, man. You really kind of no BS dude. You like, look, song's great, but if you don't do there's no point. You know what I mean? And then you've always been solid like that with me. You just kept straight to the point. Like, yo, this is what it is. This is what I got going on. This is what you need to do. Let's make it happen. And, you know, and that's how the industry is going to be with you anyway, man. They're not gonna pat you on your back and rub your hair and tell you, oh, honey, you didn't do this right. Like, they're gonna be like, boom, boom. They'll be lucky if they even get that. That's just tell you no.
You know, the thing that every artist asks for is, hey, let's listen to my song. Like, bro, like it's just not feasible. Like, I get personally, and I'm in the industry, so it's not the same for everybody, but I mean, I'm getting 15, 20 indie records in my email a day that I didn't ask for. And I'm getting about 35 or 40 emails from record labels and indie reps for industry material. And those guys, they don't send you that. They send it today. They send it tomorrow.
Right. They
send it again on a Monday.
Yep.
Like, they send it 3 or 4 times a week, and they run the same records for like days. You know, like 7, 14, 21 days, they'd be pitching the same record. So I don't need to look at that email.
Right.
So when indie artists are sending me emails, you're getting lost in there.
Yeah.
With everybody else. So by come Friday, that's 250 songs to go through.
Right.
So, you know, you guys got to think about that. Like, I can't listen to everybody's song and pick and choose what you're going to do.
Facts.
And for that reason, I won't sugarcoat a single bit. And some people think that I'm hating. Some people can't take it. Some people love it. But I won't waste your time. And I will also tell you why I can or can't.
Right.
Take a record.
And you gotta appreciate that, man. You can't get your time back, man. You can go make some more money, but you can't. You don't get your time back. So it's cool that you'll say that, because I know you get a gang of songs. People send me songs like, oh, I want you to record my cousin and listen to his music. It's like, why? If he wants to come over here and record, I'm gonna record him. Whether he's good or he's bad, he's gonna get recorded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if he's got his hourly wage, we good.
Right. We will get him together, and he's gonna leave here sounding amazing. So you know what I mean? I mean, that's what it is. But it's like, I'm not about to. I mean, if I actually sat down and listened to every client that I had, I wouldn't have time to record the clients. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just not possible. But I swear, there's like a rule book out there somewhere that, like, the independent artists, like, this is how we waste your time. Like, everybody be emailing with the same thing. I'm the hottest song in the city.
Yeah,
you know, like, you just need to listen to this one and we on. And then you listen to it and it's not mastered and they're swearing and it's like asking me for the radio. And I'm like, okay, bro, like, it's not send me something. And if I like it, you'll make a clean version. If you did not intend to come to radio, don't go asking for radio.
I try to explain to some of the younger cats that doing a radio pitch is a package. Like, artists don't just get their song on the radio. Like, there's a full package behind this. They pick a single, they edit that single, they shoot a video for that single, they put money behind promotion for that single, and they pay who they need to pay, and they contact who they need to contact to run that single specifically. Like, they knew that they were going to put radio behind that song. They didn't just go, here's my disc. Like, let's see if it catches fire, you know?
This is actually a really great segue. Well, maybe not a segue. This is great because I was just talking about this with somebody earlier tonight. Like 5 years ago, YouTube was where they went for music.
Right.
Now, you know, in the last couple of years, it's been Vine, it's been TikTok, it's been those avenues. But now, 2020, Shazam is the untapped market because you can't buy Shazams. You can't buy, there's no views to buy over there. Like, Shazam's become organic.
Right.
And even the guys with the phone farms like Future and some of these big guys, they can't afford to have their phone farm employees go around to Shazam the song because it can only happen while it's playing.
Yeah, it has to be organic. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So, and then now Shazam has publicly took their charts and made them like Mediabase and Billboard and these other resources. You can go find the Shazam Madison, Wisconsin top 50 publicly out there. And if you scroll down to the bottom,
I didn't know that.
If you scroll down to the bottom, you can see what's at the bottom of that list, and you can see how many times it was Shazammed.
Right.
It's not impossible to get on there.
No, definitely not.
10,000, 15,000 Shazams in a 30-day calendar period is all it really takes to break inside of the top 50.
Yeah.
You know, depending on the calendar month. You know, this year's been a little bit crazy, but but looking back at it, like, and that's what every artist has been told for 10 years. If you can't get 10,000 people in your hometown to support you, you're not going to get people in your region. And this, so Spotify is producing these charts, and the record labels are literally using the Spotify chart, then your YouTube video visual, and then they're tying all of this stuff together and presenting it to us like, this is how it's going viral. It's number 1 on Apple Music. It's number 14 on Shazam in your market, and it's number 6 nationally.
Right.
And you know, like the record labels right now love Shazam because it's not skewed. Like, you're not able to go out there and just buy Shazams like you can for YouTube or buy Spotify streams or buy Apple streams. All of that stuff can be bought and paid for. And at some point, you know, in rolling over the investment, maybe you break even. I really don't know. I don't see it being worthwhile, but
yeah, that's crazy because like this last year, since I've been only focusing like really on my studio, I decided experimentally I was going to spend $0 on promotion for my music because I wasn't really putting out a lot of new content. I dropped a CD in January, so it would have been the beginning of the year, so it's almost the end of the year. Yeah. And then I just wanted to see what I could do completely organically, you know. And it was probably my worst year, obviously,
to put something out.
Because I put $0 behind promotion, but to see what I actually did organically blew me because it was really close to a lot of the numbers of the other guys that were paying for stuff. So then I really realized like, oh, okay, that's where it is. And I started to, it's crazy because I write for other artists and I saw certain people who were reaching out to me. I talked to Pooh Shiesty and some Pink Sweats and a couple other.
I just working with both those dudes right now.
Yeah. I love, like, Pink Sweats is like one of my,
and
man, I love that dude, man. We did a record for him probably like 2-3 years ago. His biggest record I've probably ever wrote for another artist. And that dude is so talented, like ridiculous, man. I can't even say enough about that dude. Play the drums, the guitar. He can sing. His range is like, it's just crazy. He's super creative. He directs almost all of his videos and his visuals. Like, yeah, that dude's dope. But what I was saying is like that organic, like it's crazy to see that, like, what you can do with that. And if you really are prepared to get behind, you know, really pushing your music and getting serious about it, there's no limit. And once you start to go viral, then you smack it with the promotion, and you see,
Hit it.
you go crazy, and that's the thing, is like, we got to start, like, the OGs in this. I want to start showing these young cats how to do this properly. They think, okay, I jump in the studio, I'm signed. It's like,
no.
Let me show you the process real quick.
No, not when everybody got a studio nowadays.
Right. That's what I say. Everybody's got a studio, so it's definitely not how it's going to work.
All right. So AFGM Media Studios, if people want to tap in with you and they want to get some of this, because the vibes are crazy, man. Like, and I've seen your studio. Like, I know what they're in for.
It's
like, it's its own world. Like, when you go in here, you are going to swear you're in LA or Hollywood or New York in a big production room.
I promise.
It feels like it.
Definitely.
And even your video room, like, it's dope. So how can people tap in with you?
So anything AFGM Studios or anything AFGM Media Group, we got AFGMMediaGroup.com coming soon. You can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at AFGM Studios or AFGM Media Group, either one. You can look them up. 608-216-1551 is the studio number. If you want to reach out to me, whatever way you got to get in touch with me, get in touch with me. I will work you out. We'll make sure you're a star in no time.
It's tax season, baby. Let's flip them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2020 gifts of Christmas. It's going down between December 15th and December 21st is when the magic really happens. If y'all are able to make donations, if y'all can help us celebrate some children, drop me an email at fusion@madtownjams.com. You could also hit up Chaos. We are both accepting donations. You can drop donations off at Badger City Auto at 2957 Packers Avenue. And you can also drop donations off at Apex Auto on East Washington Avenue.
Most definitely. And I will also be accepting any type of donations at 710 Cottage Grove Road, Suite E. It's always open. I'm there.
You're there during business hours pretty much every day.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm always there during business hours, or one of my representatives will be there at any time. Yeah, man, we're excited, man. Let's do something for the kids, man. Let's get it going.
Beautiful. And one more thing to mention, some people have been afraid or hesitant to go out and shop. So we have received cash donations. If you make a donation and you're comfortable to donate, but you're not comfortable to shop, we can help. I'm willing to shop. You're willing to shop. And yes, we're on the up and up. Like, folks, like, when you donate, we go to the store the same day.
Yes.
And we buy the toys, and you get a picture of those toys. You get a picture of the receipt. And then you see us on social media loading them into the U-Haul storage center on the north side, who has graciously donated space for us to store and distribute these toys.
Most definitely, man. I'll tell you this much. I'm shopping there every day. I got 3 kids of my own. I got nieces. I got nephews. I'm Christmas shopping every day until the 21st. So you can guarantee, if you don't want to do your shopping, you go ahead and I will be at Walmart. I will be at Walmart. That's for sure.
Hey, and if you own a local toy store, you should reach out to us. If you
Definitely.
are a local toy store, a mom and pop toy store, if you're a Black-owned business toy store,
yes,
we hear from you. We are looking to still spend some money and inject some money into the community.
Definitely. That's huge. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I wanted to say I'm also going to be doing my research to reach out to some Black-owned toy stores and just some community toy stores, so we can keep the community involved. I think that's a huge thing too. I'm glad you said that, Fusion, because that's definitely real deal.
It's huge, man. So the 2020 gifts of Christmas brought to you by AFGM Media and a few other of our local partners. You can get all the information at madtownjams.com. We really appreciate your time. This is my son, Baron. Hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Baron. Okay.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. Please sign up at madtownjams.com, regardless of your situation. We aren't turning down any sign-ups, but we are really looking for ages 3 to 10, if that's where your children are. This is really for you.
Definitely, those Santa believers still, so we can keep that spirit going. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Well, real quick, I'll line this out, man. Celebrate you. Chaos.
Thanks, man. Hey, you too, Fusion, man. Much love, bro. I love what you're doing, man. And you know, anytime you doing anything like this, I got your back every single time.
Likewise.
No questions
Blow
asked.
it up. We're doing this for Madtown.
For sure.